Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to teach science of class 8 and this is continuation of lesson number 4 and this is the last part of lesson number 4. So we have discussed some important topics in the last lecture or previous lecture about lesson number 4. There is chemical properties of metals and nonmetals. So I've already mentioned that we have 5 reactions under this topic. 3 reactions we have already discussed in the previous lecture, and now we are going to discuss the remaining 2 reactions along with the uses of metals and nonmetals. So let's start. So the third one and today's first topic is fourth reactions. The fourth reactions and today's first topic is reactions with bases. So we have discussed reaction with water, reaction with oxygen, reaction with acid. Now it's reactions with metal. That means how metal reacts with bases and how non-metal reacts with bases. So in this topic, metal reacts with base or bases to produce hydrogen gas. Metals की acid के reaction थोक मतम दुसु hydrogen gas बिथोई ने तमरे base के reaction थोक मतम दुसु hydrogen gas बिथोई. And what about the non-metal? Non-metal reactions of non-metal with bases are complex. Textbook when you look at page number 50, you will find it. Reactions of non-metals with bases are complex. So we cannot discuss about the reaction of non-metals with bases in class 8. We will discuss in future higher classes. So now metal reacts with bases or base to produce hydrogen gas. One example is given in your textbook. Okay, example no hierarchy. Solution of sodium hydroxide lobiro. Solution of hydroxide is the aluminium foil thada. See metal ni, see a base ni. So this is the base and this is the metal. So when metal reacts with base, kay fang solution having na sodium hydroxide si ising the same ni aqueous solution ni. So aqueous solution of in the aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide, aluminium foil is added. So what will be the result? Kay na ko na kay tamgre obviously hydrogen gas fang. Sodium aluminate haba salt mo fangani ado hydrogen gas. So that means when metal reacts with bases, hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is combined with churaga manaka thamba pop sound. And that pop sound is a confirmation of liberation of hydrogen gas. So the next reaction is, which is the last reaction given in your textbook under the topic, chemical properties of metal and non-metals. Last reaction is displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Displacement. Displacement reaction. Displacement reactions. Displacement. Displaced. Class 7 the reactions between copper sulfate and iron. Class 7 reaction between copper sulfate and iron. Copper sulfate की solution दा iron metal से था दब. मतलब कोई ना कहीं फंगी. Copper sulfate दा iron था दब मतलब दा कहीं फंगी. Displacement तो होगी ना. कोई ना iron sulfate में फंग. See class 7 है तंगरे. This is also one of the example of displacement reaction that we learn in class 7. And few examples are also taken in your textbook regarding a displacement reaction. Take a look zinc copper sulfate reaction. See copper sulfate, the color of copper sulfate is blue in color. So when we add zinc in copper sulfate solution, we get zinc sulfate and copper. Copper की महत्ता zinc ने सिंजिंग displaced महत्ता सिंग. Copper की महत्ता zinc ने सिले. This is the example of displacement reaction. Mahut sin is zinc sulfate का copper का फंगे akon yengwa matamda kamaina khangni hardi blue color of copper sulfate solution will change to kai machu on gi doiba colorless on gradi copper sulfate to kai on gre hai no zinc sulfate on gre copper na kai machu oiba red machu oiba. So there will be a change in the color in the reaction after the displacement of copper by zinc na mo chin that sumaina mo chin basibu koina kai kawi displacement reaction. So one rule is given in your textbook regarding displacement reaction, and that rule is that while displacement mahut chinba matamda more reactive metals can replace a less reactive metal. So more reactive metal can replace a less reactive metal. Yamna reactive over metal na reactivity handhava metal में बहुत छिनबा ngami. So one rule of displacement reaction is that बहुत छिनबा matamda more reactive metal na less reactive metal बहुत छिन्दोकनी. The less reactive metal na more reactive metal से बहुत छिनबा ngamde. हौजिकी ममांगदा लौगिबा copper sulfate zinc thadar kande reaction thokpudu zinc sulfate copper thadaba matamdadi reaction thokoi. So when we add zinc to copper sulfate, reaction will take place, but when we try to add copper in zinc sulfate solution, there will be no reaction. Kainodi zinc is more reactive than copper. So according to the rule of displacement reaction, more reactive metal can displace less reactive metals. So the most important point that you should remember regarding the displacement reactions is that more reactive metal can displace less reactive metal. Masi ko ni khang matai. Aduga less reactive metal na di more reactive metal mo chin mangam godro ngamoy. Sidagi akhoi gi reactivity series na class 10 ta makan. So with this, I think all the reactions are complete regarding the chemical properties of metals and nonmetals. So all together, we have learned 5 reactions under the topic chemical properties of metals and nonmetals. And the metals and nonmetals distinguished okay hai matamda chemical properties na kamaina distinguished tawni hairagadi madugi detail ko tamgre ngasi gi oina di base ka reaction thon bama displacement reaction ga thon ba. Displacement reaction sina metal में मरकता reactivity kana ni heli kana na watli kana na kana gi mahut sinbangami hybrid gi matang ni ko displacement reactions. So let's move on to the last topic of today's lecture, or last topic of the lesson, you can say uses of metals and nonmetals. Uses of metals and nonmetals. Uses of metals and nonmetals. Metal amadin nonmetal ki sizinafam. Metal ki sizinafam hani ngasi. Metal se koi wire gumba saab sini. So electrical wires that you are installing or that you are using at your home, see masi loina they are made of metals, copper or aluminium, because they are good conductor of electricity. And metals are also used in making a machinery. Metals are used in making automobiles. Metals are used in making aeroplane, trains. These are the uses of metals, cooking utensils, water boilers, satellites. Next is uses of nonmetal. Uses of nonmetal. Nonmetal is in the uses of nonmetals. So when you look at your textbook at page number 51, some points are given. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points are given. Number 1 point is non-metal is essential for our life. Essential for our life, which all living beings inhale during breathing. Sor hon budisi ne non-metals. Kaina du poto oxygen. Next point is non-metals used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. Fertilizers on seasoning. Kaina du poto haragadi madu non-metal do kaina hai nitrogen and phosphorus. Nitrogen and phosphorus. So nitrogen and phosphorus are used as fertilizers for the growth of plants. Page number 51 di yengu matamda non-metal ki uses miyam ama piri. Ahum subada non-metal used in water purification. Water purification chlorine. Water purification is easy. Chlorine is disinfectant to non-metal ni. The fourth one is non-metal used in the purple color solution which is applied on wounds and antiseptic on antiseptic. Antiseptic on wounds iodine solution which is also non-metal. Then the fifth one is non-metals used in crackers. Diwali daga bhumla thadana to the crackers to asi yam kana di si nabi kanu pollution yam thoi. Crackers is sulfur which is also non-metals. So these are the uses of non-metals. With this I think lesson number 4 is complete. So I'll summarize what we have learned today. So in today's lecture we have discussed about reaction with bases. Metal and combined reaction toy. Metal react with base to produce hydrogen gas. Non-metal ki the reaction is complex ni hai. Class 8 standard 8 is standard 8 to the madu reaction to tamgiro hai am complex way higher classes to tamni. And manga subda reaction to kai displacement reaction. Displacement reaction na kai no khane nei se metal myam gi marakta reactivity amaga khenai. Reactivity hen bi yawi what bi yawi. So one of the rule of displacement what definition of displacement reaction hai gadi more reactive metal na less reactive metal ki mahut chinba. So in a reaction in which more reactive metal replace less reactive metal madu reaction to bukane displacement reaction koi mahut chinba ni. Ahum so the uses of metal and non-metal. Uses of metal and non-metal. Metal is seen of the machinery, the automobiles, the aeroplanes, satellite, where the non-metal ki di oxygen sor holiba, bhomla the sulfur, the water ki purification da chlorine sin ariba non-metal. Metals and metals documenting akoida yam maru. So this is the summary of today's lesson. Now it is the evaluation part to check whether you have understand the topic or not. Evaluation see lecture khuding maki yamna maru oiba madungo part amani. So each and every lecture khuding makta yariba makai when evaluation see another pina bohonai. So in this part I'm going to give I gave few questions. Madhu questions. So you should try to find the answers of those questions, which will help you to check whether you have understand the topic or not. And in this lecture also I am giving 2 questions for evaluation. So you are not supposed to write the answer in your classroom notebook. Masi answer si khangre yeng mo haibani boy de singa da nati why copper cannot displace zinc from its salt solution. Why copper cannot displace zinc from its salt solution? Question number 2. What do you mean by displacement reaction? So what do you mean by displacement reaction? What do you mean by displacement reaction? So in order to check whether you have understood the topic or not, please try to find the answers of these questions, which will help you to evaluate yourself. Question number 1 is why copper cannot displace zinc from its salt solution, and second question is what do you mean by displacement reaction? I repeat, why copper na zinc hot sinba ngamgadra natra ngamdrisi kai maram gino ha zinc solution da akoina copper thadaba matamda displacement reaction thokdrisi kai maram gino ani subu question da what do you mean by displacement reaction haibidi karino. So I think I have given the answer in this lecture of both the questions, so you can listen to this lecture again and again and try to find the answers, and you can take the reference of textbook also. Textbook to su yengba yai masi answer si yaubra yaudabra hada masi evaluation si amna maru oi ngasi tai ba lecture si gyan tare amadi ta de habisi masi ki evaluation sina mateng pangani. So this evaluation will help you to check whether you understand the topic or not. So thank you for watching and listening to my lecture. So with this, I think lesson number 4 sulo hai. Thank you. With this I conclude the lecture. Thank you.